Hey everybody, and welcome to the Curiosity Trap explanation video. The Curiosity Trap is an automated solo stability trap design that breaks the floor at the right moment, trapping and killing your victims. I'm going to tell you how it works, how to build it, and what to think about when building the trap. You can use it as a trap base only, as minimalistic as possible, or you can use it as a 50-50 base, 50% trap base, 50% main base. You got your trap part and then you got two safe rooms on the side. You can just close everything up when you don't want people messing with you and then remove it when the trap is set. But what if you want to go really big boss mode? This is the best version I could come up with more traps, more loot room, better placement of stuff, the trap part can be fully closed off, you got more space in the side rooms, front windows to see if it's safe to secure the loot once the trap is set, and a way to secure the loot without ever being in danger. And then lastly, I want to show you that it's also possible to break 2 floors by 1 trigger, double the cost but hopefully double the loot. As always, you can click on chapters in the video description. Let's dive right in. Hey everybody, and welcome to another video. So hopefully you've seen the Curiosity Trap being tested on the European Survivor server for the first time. And this is the explanation video, or how to build it, whatever you want to call it. So when you come here as a player, there's not really any way to go than forward, but as soon as you try to jump up the box to see what is behind this wall, the flame turret will see you and start firing, and instead of dropping down from your jump and hitting the floor will be gone and you will hit spikes instead, trapping you. And if you don't already get killed instantly, there are some shotgun traps here to finish you off and also to give you a audio signal if you're not inside your base that your trap has been triggered. So how does it work? As you can see here, there's a half twig wall that is the only thing that is supporting this floor. So as soon as you break the half wall, the floor will break too. And what I do, I make that half wall 1 HP by hitting it with a wooden spear from the side that you build it from 2 times. I will show you in a little bit. That makes it 1 HP, so the first little bit of fire that touches it will basically break it instantly, and there's no way they can drop, turn around, realize what's going on and run out. So they will be burnt toast. You know how it works, I'll show you how to build it, and then I'll give you some variations to then up to you to inspire you to make your own design, or take one of these versions and go trap some people and hopefully get some good loot with it. So give me any feedback. As always, you can click in the description, I already said that. Let's dive right in. So I'm firstly going to show you how to build the trap place completely. You're gonna start off with 2 low square foundations and then 2 high ones. Then take your triangle foundation and build 3 on either side towards the lower foundation. Then remove that first high foundation, that's where your fake floor is going to be. And to put things in perspective, we're gonna put a half wall here and then a triangle floor on that. That's where your flame turret will be. And then in front of that, a half wall with your fake floor, that's the one that's going to break. And then a half wall in front of that, that's where people are going to jump over. You got your front doors on this side, so this is where they jump on, and then the flame turret will be on that triangle floor. Now the back is a little bit difficult, or a little bit more difficult to build, so we're gonna start easy. We're gonna do the sides first. So for your side rooms, just build the walls, and then at the end, close off the middle. Like this. Then it's time to put in the double doors. So you put in your wall frame on either side, close off the side walls, and apparently I didn't place that roof. Then you can close off the side rooms, the roof, with some triangles. Now we're gonna do the back. We're gonna use half walls, and we're gonna build it just as high as the rest. So 3 on either side, and then for the trap part, we're gonna do 1 higher. So from that half wall that you're jumping on, from that part you want to do 1 higher. And then close off the top. So we're going to put 2 half walls on top of that half wall where people are trying to jump over. And then break the middle one. So that way the top is closed when we drop in this floor. That I'm going to put down in a second. And also it will make the jump harder for people to jump in. Basically guaranteeing that as soon as they jump in that square, the flame turret will see them and they will be toast. So upgrade everything except that twig half wall, of course, that we need to make the trick work. Then place your double doors and make sure they open towards the door frame, so that way when the door is open and the trap is triggered, any teammates or any people outside cannot come in and see what's going on. So that's a good way to secure the loot. For the inside, we're going to place a square floor, and you can jump on there quite easily. But I like to place a furnace that will allow me to jump on the furnace and then walk back and forth onto the floor. So I'm going to place a workbench in the corner, and this will only work with workbench 1 or 2. 3 is too big, and you have to place the workbench before you place the triangle floor if you want to go that way. If you place the triangle and you're going to upgrade from workbench level 1 to 2, it's not going to work. There's not enough room. The triangle needs to be gone when you place the workbench. You can of course put the workbench in these safe rooms, any of the interior and the way I put the boxes, etc. It's up to you. Just take the core mechanic of the trap and do whatever you want with it. This is just how I did mine. I want as much loot room as possible, and you can actually just use these boxes because in theory no one can get to these boxes. They cannot get past the shotgun traps because they will shot as soon as they see the shotgun traps. They cannot jump over the wall because they will break before they hit that jump. It's really hard to do that jump in one time. It is possible to jump over the box, over the wall, and kind of past the flame turret in one go, but it's super hard and you need to know that the trap is there, etc. So in the back you can do, like I said, everything you want. Place a workbench like I showed you there, but I'm just going to put a sleeping bag, a furnace and some boxes there. You can put another small box. You can also put a campfire next to it. You can put a campfire next to it. Yep, yes, campfire. So for the flame turret you want to go as much in the middle and as much to the front as possible. So since I upgraded everything to stone with a plugin, that twig wall that you're not supposed to upgrade is upgraded for me. But that gives me a good opportunity to show you how to reset it once the trap is triggered. So you're going to place a half wall, get yourself a wooden spear or something else. I like to use the wooden spear. I hit it 2 times from this side and that will make it 1 HP. So like I said, the first little bit of fire will break it that way, making it faster and a better trap. You then jump up here and you can place your floor back, upgrade it, place your box, and you're set again. And that is basically the main part. Of course, you need to place your shotgun traps down there. And if you don't have the shotgun traps, just having the flame turret, you of course need that to make the main trick work. And having spikes will basically already be good enough. The shotgun traps really help to also give you an audio cue when you're outside of your base, really making it a solo base, a solo trap base. You don't need anybody else to tell you when or do something. You can just go outside. If you don't go too far, you will hear the traps. So the way I built this base was basically put all the foundations down at once and then just build the base. And on a live server you will probably not have enough resources and definitely not enough safety to do that. So we're gonna do a starter base. We're gonna start off with a low square foundation and then do 3 high triangle foundations next to it. And this is basically one of the side rooms that I showed you. I would recommend go on a test server, set it up, or go on a creative server if you don't want to set up your own server. And just get familiar with the design. So then when you do it on a live server and everything needs to be good the first time and you cannot build it all at once, you really know what needs to be going where. So when you got that first side room built and upgraded, etc., you're going to go out, get more resources, and then you're going to build more. So this twig foundation, don't upgrade that. You can even remove it and then build it when you're going to build this. This is the second side room. I would recommend starting with that. So when you got that side room built, you basically got 2 little bases opposite from each other. And then it's time to do the middle or the trap part. So we're gonna do a high foundation, don't upgrade it. And then make another high foundation next to it. You can upgrade that, that's your front door. Then put your 2 low foundations next to it and then delete the high foundation between the 2 doors. That's where your fake floor is going to be. So we're going to make a half wall and then a floor on that. You can upgrade that floor, of course, don't upgrade the twig wall we just placed in the other one. This is your triangle, that's where your flame turret is going to be. And this is your half wall where people are going to jump over. And from this point is basically up to you to build around it how you want it. You got your 2 side doors. By this time you will probably have metal doors, so you're safe to go back and forth and do some things. And as you see, it's 18 stability, 18% stable. So when you break that half wall, it will break because the high foundations don't support it. That's the big trick. You have to have high foundations around it and not half walls, otherwise it will just stay. So as soon as they hit the spikes, it prevents them from jumping out, so they are trapped. The only way they can go is towards the shotgun traps. If you don't have the shotgun traps under there, you can still stay in your base and shoot them as soon as you see that the trap is being triggered. You can see that the spikes go a little bit further than the foundation and protrude where the half wall is supposed to be, but you can see that I can still place it, so you don't have to worry about where the spikes are. As soon as you can place them, just place them. This is basically the base. Of course, you have to finish the thing, place the flame turret and make it close it off, etc. But from this point on, the trap should work and you just build the base around it how you want it. So I want to show you one last design thingy, and that's how to make 2 floors break with 1 trigger. It's a lot more expensive to set up every time, but hopefully if you trap a group you will get multiple people and more loot every time the trap is triggered. So we're gonna start off the same way, 2 low foundations, but instead of 2 high foundations we're gonna build a half wall and then 2 floors. But you will see that the second floor doesn't want to stick. So you will need to add half walls in the back first to add more stability. And that way you can add that second floor. You see it will stick. So then it's just a matter of building high foundations around it. You cannot start off with a high foundation at that half wall or next to that half wall, as you can see here. So just start off with a low one and then do high ones next to it. Make sure that around the trap part it's all high foundations and there's nothing else supporting it like half walls, because otherwise you will mess up your trick. So as you can see, if I break that half wall, it will break those 2 floors. So then just place some spikes and close it off. You can then, if you want to, also remove that high foundation and turn it into a low one. And if you close off the back, you can also put shotgun traps on that side. Of course, don't put a half wall on the other side, because then it's supporting the 2 floors that are supposed to break. So then just place your triangle and place your half wall that people are jumping over. On the triangle is where your flame turret will be, and under the triangle you can place 2 shotgun traps or even more if you want to go crazy. And also on the other side of the 2 floors that will drop you can also place more traps, and then in the middle you got your spikes. So you have to build like walls around it to make sure that they cannot go anywhere and they have to walk on the floors that are breaking. So when you place those walls, it will also make sure that the second half wall that I'm placing here will not break. So you can upgrade that second half wall. That's the half wall that people are jumping over. And then place the rest of your walls and make like an entrance somewhere so they can go in. Of course you have to place the floors above the spikes. And then if they jump up, those 2 floors will break. They will hit the spikes, and on either side there are shotgun traps shooting them. That's basically all the big design things that I wanted to show you. I want to talk about a little few things and variations you could do with the other trap. You can place a wall frame here, and that will allow you to place a double door or a garage door, which is better. And if you open it up, people will not even see that it's there. The top will be open, and you can of course leave that open if you want to, so you have like an entrance. You could continue your base there if you would like that. If you don't want to, you can of course just close it up with half walls like I'm doing here, because I don't really want to continue the base from there. And then from the outside, if you upgrade everything, it looks normal. People will not even see that the garage door is there. So that will allow you to close off the main part. If you want to close off the back, you will have to remove this half wall, because we want to put garage doors there. But we need to have that triangle somewhere, so I have to put it on the side. So I'm going to remove this foundation, but removing stuff like this is not something you can do on a real server. So, like I said earlier, go on a creative server or go on a set up your own test server and look at the design, test it, see how you want to build it, and make sure you can build it right from the start. So I removed one of those high triangles and made it a low one, and then just filled it up with half walls. That way I can place my triangle on that half wall and do the same thing, place it as much in the middle of the foundation and as much to the front as possible with the flame turret. So now everything still works, but I can put 2 wall frames in the back, allowing me to put double doors or garage doors. And once again, garage doors are stronger, and also it looks more open. You don't even see that they are there if you're like a victim looking in. So that way you can completely close off the trap part. One last thing I want to talk about, or one little variation. If you change that front square foundation to a triangle one, and here I place a triangle, then a square, and then another triangle next to it to turn it into a triangle, because I didn't want to, I couldn't just build a triangle next to it because I didn't want to lock. Then on the left side you're going to place a triangle foundation and then a square foundation, and then place walls on the outside. Of course, upgrade everything, and then place your roofs. And in those wall frames you can place 2 shop fronts, and that will allow you to watch outside, and once the trap is triggered you can then see if it's safe to go for the loot and close off your base or whatever. And it will also allow you to, if you place a garage door and you look at the top, now it's on the outside, now it's on the inside, you want it on the inside of the base. So that way the side will glitch through the wall, and you can actually open and close that garage door from the inside. That's not something new, but for this trap is really handy, because that means if we open it up and people come inside, I'm going to make a little stairs first, because I want to make it as inviting as possible. So they see the stairs, they think, ooh, door, come in, break everything, floor's gone, you open up that door. That first of all means no one can go in or out, so the loot is secured, kind of. And then you can come in here, they can know where they can shoot you, and you just close off the garage door and your loot is safe. So then you just check what you got, do a little happy dance, and then set the trap again and go again. Or of course close everything off like I showed you and go offline, and hopefully no salty people will come back and raid you. I would recommend making a door here so they don't see you waiting for them to trigger the trap. Trigger the trap. Say that 10 times fast. Trigger the trap. Anyway, so I think the chance is a little bit bigger if they think no one is there. At least for me, I would go in faster just to have a little look. But by now we know that curiosity will kill you. Thank you very much for watching. Click on the left thumbnail for my most recent upload, or click on the right for a video that suits you best. As always, have a very nice day. I'm out. Peace.